All right, everybody, we're back on the main stage with Paula Marie of Black Girls Do Pilates 2. We're excited to hear all of the things, the gems that she has to share with us. She is a wealth of information, and I almost want to call you, and I am one too, so you're in good company, a serial entrepreneur, because you have so many things going on in your businesses. Paula created Black Girls Do Pilates 2 to spread education and awareness about Pilates to women of color. Her passions are Pilates and dance, and her purpose has always been to spread awareness through beautiful chocolate images. She has so many businesses and elements of her business. She has Paula's Whip, which is a skincare body butter line. She has the Black Girls Do Pilates 2 podcast. She has workshops and business support workshops and all elements. Here we go. Everybody's saying hi. Hi from Misty, Greta, Sarah, and Tasha. And I want to let you all know that Paula's got a lot of questions. She's going to ask for a lot of interaction from all of you. So keep chatting, and I'm going to be here as a support system to help out with the answers. She's got her eyes on you. You can feel that energy coming through. The stage has been lit up through this whole event. So I'm going to fade away into the darkness. You take the stage, my love, and welcome to Paula Marie.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going? So I thought I was going to see the chat. I can't see the chat, but I still want to know where everybody is from, because this event is so major. And the thing about being online is that we get to connect with people from all over the world. And so in 2020, I have connected or extended my reach into parts of the world that I had never heard of before. So I'm definitely getting my travel legs on via the internet streets. So definitely let me know where you're from and the types of businesses that you have, what you do. And also let me know how you're feeling in terms of your business during COVID-19, pandemic, 2020 pivots, all of those different things. So as Jenna graciously announced, I've got a lot of stuff going on. And so for me as an entrepreneur, I definitely celebrated my businesses during this time, even though it wasn't the most optimal time, and we definitely went through some lows during 2020. I found some really great highs in my business, or businesses, and it was basically because of how I had set up my business prior to. And so now I think we're all in a shift, or we may be stuck, right? So let me know what you're feeling now, because we're in quarter 4 of 2020. So if you follow me on social media, you know I'm always like in your face on the lives, like, what are you doing for quarter 4? What are your goals? Are you ready? Are you Black Friday ready? Because I'm always thinking about the next, right? And sometimes we get stuck because we've been moving so hard and so fast. 2020, we had to pivot really quickly. Some of us pivoted and we shifted, and then we just jumped in, and maybe now you're losing steam, okay? Or maybe you were stuck in the beginning of the pandemic, of the shift, of the shutdown, and you're on overload. Like you're on overload with the information, you're on overload about what direction to go on, and so now you're just kind of stuck, right? And then some people are just excelling because again they were set up before, and so they're just excelling in what their business is telling them and showing them they should be doing and the direction that they should be going in. So I know I'm asking a lot from you all, but I need to know where you are in this space, because that dictates what I talk about and the direction that this goes. So I'm going to share my screen. Share my screen.
And Paula, I'm here coming in on the voice only. So I have Julia from Arkansas says she feels like she is in a shift and not quite sure where she's going to land. We've got Florida and New Jersey. We've got Qatar, Pilates and bar instructor, Vermont, Maryland, Virginia, Oregon, Pennsylvania, NYC, Chicago. Everybody is really, we're in the house. Everybody is really here. Tanya says, I feel freedom and permission to finally explore solo entrepreneurship after an initial stuck episode, but now it's amazing and so different and fantastic overall. So
I like amazing. That's my favorite word to use. I like amazing.
Yeah, and just having attended the other sessions behind the scenes, I think that everyone is in a place where they're starting to feel empowered to move forward, even if things aren't perfect. That is something that I've heard a lot from our participants.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like Q4 for me, let me just tell you, is the time of year I get not stuck. I'm like cemented. I just it's very, very difficult for me because I spin so hard. I have a lot of ideas. If you've ever had a conversation with me, I'm a problem solver. It's because I'm a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn. That's what we do. We're problem solvers. We like to implement and we move. And so I'm always about that quick implementation. But then this time of the year with the fall, you know, I don't hang too tough with the fall. Fall is not my friend. I hate sweaters. They're itchy. They're hot. I feel like as soon as I put them on, I need to take them off. And I'm always in the middle of a summer right now because I'm entering the 5-0. So I'm 5-0 in 2020. And so this fall, with it being darker earlier, it's cooler. I can't wear my flip-flops. You know, I'm either a flip-flop or an Uggs girl. So this time of the year physically just isn't available for me to like expend energy. Is when my energy kind of hits a wall. And then I've done so much, maybe the first 9, 10 months of the year, that I hit a wall. And so knowing that about myself, you know, psychologically helps me to plan in advance how I plan this part of the year, so that when I do kind of slow down, I know I'm going to slow down and I give myself a little bit of grace. So that's something that we need to, as entrepreneurs, give ourselves the ability to flex what we do. When your schedule and your goals for the year look one way, and then you know that, you know, around the spring, it looks a little different, or the summer, it looks a little different, then your schedule should reflect that instead of pushing through, which causes us to shut down or not produce or not implement. And that creates these feelings of being less than, not being enough, not doing enough. So give yourself the grace to be able to pour into yourself a little bit. Give yourself some mornings you sleep in. Give yourself some days you shut the computer down. Give yourself some days you don't answer the phone. Only have one special that month instead of the 5 that you normally do. Outsource some things. Give yourself that permission, right? So today, we are talking about problem slayers, right? And so everyone on this call, you are a problem slayer. So I want you to, when you talk about this, if you talk about this in the internet streets, I want one of your hashtags after BRINK to be problem slayers, right? I'm going to show you how problem slayers, with your cape waving in the background behind you, attracts your ideal clients. Because I don't know about you, but when we first entered this shift of COVID, there was an immediate like pivot that people had to do. And some people pivoted so quickly that they did not plan out how they were going to be of service to their clients. It was about, how do I get my products out? How do I get my services out? How do I still increase my visibility or maintain my visibility, right? So we're going to talk about problem slayers and that light bulb or that rainbow or that bright light that they kind of, when they walk into the room or when they step onto these internet streets or Instagram and Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever, that there's a light that shines, right? Because light is attracting. People want to know what's going on with the light, right? Which is why we all have ring lights now when we do our thing. So, so going on, who is Paula Marie? So I wanted to talk about me really, really quickly for like maybe 4 minutes just to break it down because as Jenna introduced, I am a serial entrepreneur. So some people are like, wow, you have to focus on one thing before you go to the next. Maybe, maybe not. It depends on how you're wired. So the way that I'm wired, I'm a creator. I am constantly creating in my sleep. I'm creating when I'm driving, I'm creating in the shower. I am retweaking, I'm refining. That's why I can't really outsource a lot of things around the creation of what I do because I'm always tweaking. And so I don't want to ask for permission. I don't want to go to someone and explain the vision. I just want to go in there and change the price or change this word or change this meaning or definition or switch out those pictures. That's who I am. And I I have a lot of talents. So I always say to people, you don't tell Oprah to sit down, right? Oprah started off doing what she did in broadcasting, and now she owns a whole network, and she's a publisher, and she's a philanthropist, and she's giving back to communities all over the world. We're not telling Oprah to sit down, right? We're not telling Beyonce to sit down, okay? So you're not telling Paula to sit down. And when someone tells you you need to sit down, you say, no, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a problem slayer. And I've got a lot of problems to slay out here in these streets. So who is Paula Marie? Well, Paula Marie is a mother. That's my 16-year-old. Now, if you're mothers, you know that during this pandemic, there's been like some shifts. He actually stays with his dad in St. Louis. So I missed that bullet. But being a mom from like 12, 14 hours away is still incredibly difficult. You're still on. But that's my 16-year-old. And I carry that mother. So I mother my clients, whether it's in coaching or Pilates, I mother my clients. I want the best for them. So that nurturing spirit that comes with being a mother comes through. So if your mother's out there, just type in the chat, #nurturer. Because you're a #nurturer. You're giving what you've learned over time, right? And so I'm also, I built a foundation for my oldest son. My oldest son left us at the age of 18. And the foundation, the Payday Foundation, is a foundation I put together because as a mother, I did not know where to find resources to be able to help him excel, to be able to fight things that I thought were not fair for him. So as a mother of an African American son, it was very important for me to give back the things that I've learned. And so I have a foundation and we do things periodically throughout the year to raise awareness and to help families be able to find those resources for their children inside of the school system. And as Jenna said, I'm a serial entrepreneur. So that's who I am. And it looks like, let me refresh. It looks like my slides are not popping through. So let me see. And so as a serial entrepreneur, again, when you are moving through that space, it's very important for you to be very conscious of your schedule and what your focus is, and to divide that focus into areas where you're moving monthly and you're moving weekly and you're moving daily. So everything doesn't have to be done all at one time. You can break these things down. I focus on my foundation 3 times throughout the year. That's it. There are three very instrumental things that we work on. So here we go. Being a serial entrepreneur, I'm a Pilates instructor. That's how I started out, right? But I'm actually a fitness manager as well. I've been a fitness manager, fitness coordinator, group fitness director, Pilates coordinator, whatever hat the organization wants to put on it. I'm that person, and I've been that person for the last 18 years. And then I have my podcast. Black girls do have amazing superpowers. And at the bottom left, you'll see my email signature for the Ebony Biz Diva, which is where I give business consulting. And I make body butters just because I've been doing that for 30 years. I just started selling them 3 years ago. So don't do what I do. If there's an idea that you have, implement, implement, implement. I always say that it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be. And remember, I always say this too. It's never going to be perfect. You're going to grow and evolve and change. So don't wait 30, 27 years to put your ideas out there. Like, definitely put them out. And then this month, I decided that I was tired of managing multiple businesses, and I put everything together. So if you go to onlyonepaulamarie.com, you'll find my online fitness studio where you can do Afro Pilates, Pilates mat, and some extra cardio classes like kickboxing and things like that. And you can also find business resources with my courses, yada, yada, yada. So everything's all under one roof now. So those are the two items that you'll find when you go in. And then I'm a best-selling author. Last year, I had the honor to collaborate with 19 other amazing women, and that was less scary for me. To be able to write my story with the book God Doesn't Want You to Be Broke. You can find it on Amazon, or you can go to my site bit.ly /Paula's book and get a little bit more information about that. So that in a nutshell is who I am. What didn't I cover? I live in the DMV. That's slang for DC, Maryland, and Virginia. I'm a North Carolina girl born and raised, so you may hear a little bit of that in my voice. Sometimes you will, sometimes you won't. I majored in theater, so I'm really good with my articulation and my diction. I'm very good with that, okay? I'm working all of my articulators. My coffee, my drug of choice is coffee, so I haven't finished my coffee, even though it's one something. So I got to drink that whole cup or else it's not right in the world. So you may see me sipping. And I'm a reality TV connoisseur. So if you love reality TV too, hashtag reality TV in the comments so that I know that we are together, because that's when our brain turns off and we get to just indulge in the madness, right? And so these are the companies that I've worked with over the years. Who knows anything about Valley Total Fitness? Like, I think I'm telling on myself, right? But that's where I started in fitness, and that's where I started learning how to put programming together and how to like price our programming and how to hire instructors and how to deal with marketing and how to put together marketing events. Like, that's where I really learned everything that I do right now as an entrepreneur on my own. And so all of these companies I've worked for. Dance Fit Studio was my first Pilates studio, brick and mortar. And right now I work for the county. So I am a fitness manager for them. We had pre-COVID over 100 classes a week, some paid, some with a membership. We also have personal training, yada, 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 full fitness center, the whole gamut. And so, of course, right now we're trying to figure out how to reorganize and shift and pivot. And so today I'll be talking to you from my Business Systems Strategist hat. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll be shifting on that crown because I'm really good with systems and putting systems together. So when I'm working with a client, I'm working on, tell me what it is that you need, because most of my clients are stuck or overwhelmed. And so what I do is I organize those things for them so that I can let them see what is on the other side of that quicksand, like how to pull them out of that. pull back the curtain. How do we generate revenue? How do we create more work-life balance? How do we outsource? Like giving you permission to outsource, to let some things go, to question, why are we spending money on this and this when we could just spend money on this system that you knew nothing about, and then get rid of this and cut down on our costs. Those are the types of things that I do and I work with when it comes to my clients. And so this is my little quote that I put together, and I wanted to start off with this. I kind of switched the original quote around. So, and the men that are in the audience, this is for you too, but the bulk of my audience who I work with are women. So, but I don't discriminate. I just had a client sign up with me, and he has a home health care facility in North Carolina. So I do not discriminate against men. But this is my proverb. Give a woman a fish, she'll eat for a day. Teach a woman to fish, and she'll eat for a lifetime. So what does that mean? It means that we're in a season now where we're on overload with the information, right? There's so many people that are throwing things at you, so many systems, so many ways. And so you don't know which way will work for you, which is why sometimes you need a dedicated coach that you can kind of pull through the minutia and try to figure those things out. But when you hire people to do things for you without understanding what it is you're asking them to do, then you're still in the dark. You're not really running your business. You're not really managing and owning those things. Meaning, you want to outsource your graphic designs, right? But you're not really clear about who you serve and how you serve them. You're not really clear about what your focus is for that month or that week. You're not really clear about how these images that they're going to create ties into your mission and your vision as a company as a whole. And to make sure that it has the same voice as the previous marketing and future marketing. So you have to really understand those things before you outsource, right? Before you outsource templates, those are my favorite things to talk about, right? I love a good template because if you give me the outline, I can kind of, figure it out on my own, right? Really good about that. But I don't know if a template for a fitness instructor would be the same email template that would work for a restaurant owner, that would be the same template that would work for a person that has skincare line, that would be the same template of someone who does tutoring, that would be the same. You see what I'm saying? Because all of those different areas or businesses have a different way that they serve their clients. They have a different niche. They have a different specific type of client that they're working in. And so when you put generic information out there, when you're talking to everybody because you're trying to capture everyone's attention, you end up spending your time talking to no one. No one sees it. No one in the world. They're like, oh, that's a cute graphic, next, and they swipe. So you have to be very strategic in knowing when you outsource these things, that you're telling the person that you're outsourcing, I want this copy on the graphics. This is the imaging that I want. We are focusing on this particular thing for the week or the month, and so I need statistics that say that forward the thinking and the education towards that focus, right? So everything that they are getting from you is specific and centered, and then they can create something more effective. But you have to be able to know who you serve. So be very careful with these one-size-fits-all templates, because I don't even know if one-size-fits-all templates works for all of us, and we're in the health and fitness industry, right? So, problem slayers attracts ideal clients. Let's get into it. Let me know in the chat, who is your ideal client? One sentence. That's it. One sentence. Who's your ideal client?
I'm dropping in to let you know that you've got fellow DCers here. People are living for it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be. Francine says, so cool. I love Afro Pilates. I might do Latino Pilates. You do so much. Major inspiration. And you have some Bally's people in the house. And they'll be dropping in their ideal client. This is such a hard one to nail down, I think, when you
One
haven't
sentence, Jenna.
Yep. All right, here I go. I'm gonna disappear and get mine.
One sentence. That's it. All right. So I'm gonna let you guys drop it in the client in the comments, and I'm gonna come back to them later on. So the reason why it needs to be one sentence, because you don't serve everybody. Okay. Now I know you want all the coins in the world, but let me tell you, you do not serve everybody. You have to have a specific type of client that you work with. And the clients that you currently are working with are showing you who your ideal clients are. The ones that are already committed to you, that have already decided that they're part of your tribe, those are your ideal clients. And there may be like a couple of people that don't fit like the general population of who you serve, and you'll get that. But the bulk of who you serve, the bulk of who you serve, that's your ideal client, right? So, and your ideal client can be a myriad. Now, this is my ideal client. This is what she looks like, right? You see how fly she is. You know, she's a business person. She works a regular job. She owns and commands her time, but her time is very limited, right? My ideal client wants their time, because they don't get it. They want to work hard. So my ideal client is someone that wants their time spent wisely on themselves, and they want to work hard. Now, the client that just wants to say they're coming in and doing Pilates, that's not my client, okay? Because they're not going to go for me pulling the things out of them that they need and require, right? And they may not like my style, yeah. And someone that has all the time in the world to do Pilates, that's not my client. I've noticed that my clients, especially being in the DMV, because I live in Largo, Maryland, but I work in Woodbridge, Virginia, and I happy hour in DC pre-COVID. That's where I used to hang out in these streets. So there would be days, multiple days, I would hit all three, right? So my clients work. They are inching out time in their schedule to come in. They want to work hard, and they want me to give them their aha moments, right? Now, I don't say my ideal client is overweight and they're looking to lose like 10 to 15 pounds, but that could be your ideal client, right? Because you work with weight loss. It could be that my ideal client needs back relief and they come to me for exercises to strengthen their back. That could be your ideal client, right? Your ideal client has to be one sentence. The others will come, right? Remember, you've got this light on you. So the others will definitely come. But you can't talk to the others, right? They're going to come to you. Trust me, they're going to come. So let's move on. You have to figure out, sorry, let's get it up there. You have to figure out who you serve with your ideal client. Then you also have to think about, how do you serve them? Do you serve them by helping them to eliminate back pain, to increase flexibility? Do you help them by giving them a meal plan so they don't have to think about how do you serve them, right? Because if you get away from how you serve and you only think about, this is my studio, this is my program, this is what I have to offer, then buy me, buy me, buy me, then you're not thinking about how you serve them, right? And you have to think about what problems you solve. So that's why we think early on, how do you serve them? And then that leads into, what benefits do you deliver? Look at your testimonials. They will tell you what benefits you deliver. Because when you stop and purchase something, you're purchasing things based off of results. Somebody spoke to your pain, something that bothers you, right? And you said, oh, I would like to not have that anymore. I'm intrigued. Let me learn more. You click a button, you learn more. They speak to your pain point again, and you're like, let me try it because I want this thing gone. That's it. It was a two-step process. You don't have to give me all the bells and the whistles and make it a 15-step process for your clients. Your clients are busy. Your potential clients don't even know you. They don't even know if they like you, right? But they're going to like you a lot if you're talking specifically to what benefits you offer to take care of the things that are driving them absolutely bananas, that's causing them a lot of stress, that is implementing their lives in a negative way. When you start to say you can tear down those walls, that's when your cake starts to wave behind you, honey bunches of oats. So now let's talk about your ideal client. Let's break it down. So your ideal client, what's the gender? Now this can be both. All right. It can definitely be both. But listen, look at the client base that you currently have. Look at who is currently attracting, who you're attracting. Are you currently attracting both universally, equally, or are you attracting one or the other? Right? Which one? The age. Do not give me a 25 to 55 year. Don't do it. I'm telling you that right now. Type in the chat and I'm going to check in a second. Give me the age, the typical age range of your ideal client. I just want to see what I already told you what not to do, so don't do it. Okay. The educational level of your ideal client. So for me, most of my clients have a college degree. They are professionals. They've been working professionals. A lot of government and school teachers. That's just what seems to attract. And I'm in the DMV, and so we're just heavily based in government officials here. What are their interests? Like what are their interests? And I'm not saying it could be something as deep as like hockey, right? But if you are into sports, Pilates, sports specific conditioning, right? It may be, right? But it could be just to de-stress. Like their interest is to de-stress. Or maybe your clients, your population of clients, they are active. They do things with their kids. They're hiking, they're traveling a lot, they're walking a lot. And so that also gives you some insight on their interests. And then where are they on social media? And that's a big one. So Jenna, can you pop in and let me know some of these age ranges that they're giving me in these streets?
Yeah, and I also want to share on the ideal clients. So we
Okay.
have people who want to level up, someone who wants to
Let
expand.
me let me stop you right
Yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah.
Give me more about level up. How are we leveling up? So I'm going to treat you like I'm treating my client. How are we leveling up? Are we leveling up in business? Are we leveling up in fitness? How are we leveling up? Give me more.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm,
niche, right?
mm-hmm.
Um, Misty says someone who wants to expand, not just get a tight butt by Friday.
Expand what, Misty? Expand what?
People who want to move to feel better.
Mm-hmm.
A person over 40 who wants to move with ease and joy through their life.
Boom! You did it. I love it.
Eager, inquisitive, and committed, lifelong functional movers.
I like it. I like it.
50s
Okay.
females and their sensitive male friends who want to work hard too.
Oh, sensitive male friends. That opens up a whole like Pandora's box. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. People who find the one-on-one, personally tailored / boutique service experience valuable.
Love it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Empty nesters, educated. Here we go into the education level of clients. Educated corporate CEOs. The age 35 to 45, educated Instagram. I guess they like Instagram.
So can I ask a question real quick?
Of course.
How do you know they like Instagram? Is it because you're on Instagram and that's where you're finding them? Or are you on different platforms and Instagram is where you're attracting? I only ask that because we tend to only stay in our lane of where we're comfortable, but we have to show up where our clients are.
Yeah.
So just something to think about.
Totally. I'm learning that lesson in a new project right now. I'm comfortable on Instagram, but my clients are on Facebook. And I have to go there because that's where they are. So beautiful point.
Exactly.
Let's see, 40 and up.
Okay.
Active retirees, 50 to 56.
Ooh.
And then we've got their knowledge and understanding of their bodies and their connection to them for life. That's the ideal client. A mature crowd who are looking to find their purpose for retirement. They have kids and an extra home. Brenda says she gets the engagement on Instagram, so that's where she's finding her clients.
Okay.
And then to follow up on the level up, the definition for Lisa on clients who want to level up is to be able to be more competitive at a sport or physical skill set, either fix what's broken or push an edge, in people between 30 and 50.
Okay. 30 and 50 is a bit broad. A 30-year-old body is very different than a 50. Let me tell you, when I was 30, honey, I was a totally different chick. But right now in this 50-year-old body, it is a little different. So think about just narrowing that down a little bit more. Maybe not so broad, because that 30 to 40 client, we all can attest to, we move differently than we do someone that's around 45 to 50. Their needs are different. The bodies are different. Not specific issues. I'm not talking about that, but just mentally where they are in the age is different. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Good job.
And we got an amen.
I like amens on this Sunday. Okay.
Call me up again.
All righty.
Oh, wait, one more thing. But what if you enjoy working from clients from all ages? This is a great question.
It's not that you won't. I'm not telling you to not take the money. I'm not telling you to push coin away. I am just saying that when you live in your niche, people will come to you. They will say, look, I know you only seem to work with da 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 da, but I'm really interested in. Like, they will say that to you. People will want what you have. So remember, the light that you have shining and exuding from your body, from your aura, from your spirit, will attract those people to you. So if you like it and they're connecting with that, they're gonna come to you. So don't push back coin. We're not talking about that. Don't do it at all. All right, pain points. I need everyone in the chat to list 3. And before you start, let me give you the explanation. I'm sorry, to list 1, just 1. And before you start, let me give you the explanation. I kind of did already. But that pain point is the thing that is going to make a difference in their life. It's the thing that bothers them. It's the thing they have not been able to find relief from. It's the thing that they may have trusted other people with and not found a satisfaction. It's the thing that they are willing to pay you for. It's the thing that you have to prove that you're the expert at. Those are your pain points. In business, the pain point for my clients that I serve, because I serve my clients, is that they come to me overwhelmed. They have a lot of things coming at them with their business and they don't know how to organize and structure. What I do is I go in every day and say, we're working on this. Give me an update on what we did last week. Oh, you sent me the newsletter. I see you did the updates. I'm the check and the balance. Oh, you needed to make more money on this course. We added affiliates. Okay. How many added on? Just 1? Not a problem. 5 weeks later, how many affiliates do you have? You have 6? Okay, that's good. So now you can see the progression of the work that we're doing. You don't have to think about what your structure is. I'm doing it for you, but I'm training you how to do it as we go. right? And so then I'm giving you the skills so that you don't have to like have someone fish for you. You can fish for yourself. That's the goal. So those pain points are, I need 30 minutes 2 days a week to myself, and I'm not going to work out unless I have someone to do it with me. And I need someone that's going to keep me accountable. The pain point is I had a car accident and I have back pain. And everything that I've tried doesn't work. And they want me to have surgery, but I'm not there yet. I need some relief. So the pain point is the one thing that you can do, the one thing that goes back to who you serve and how you serve them, right? Because we're layering these dots. Those are the pain points that you have to always think about when you're marketing yourself to attract those ideal clients. So, what are some pain points that you all have? Yeah. Jenna, can you let me know what pain points they have?
Yep. There's just I know they're typing right now. There's a little delay on from when they hear the question, so I know they're thinking about it. I can
We
keep
can
us
jump back.
going with. Do you want me to jump? Oh, here we go. So, not being able to enjoy their daily hobbies and activities without pain or some sort of physical restriction. That is a pain point.
Okay.
Another is somebody who feels physical pain in their bodies from injuries, and she helps them heal without needing surgery. The mental pain point is that others in their social support system do not support them branching out to explore areas to earn a living or revenue, and I can encourage them or provide them with a safe space to evolve in the real world.
I need that shorter. I
Yeah.
need that pain point shorter. Okay. Good ones. Thank you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about these different types of pain points. So this actually comes from my course that starts on the 15th, Black Friday Sales Secrets, where we are taking 4 weeks to get our whole lives together for Black Friday. Because I don't know if you know, but Black Friday has already started. People are already having pre-Black Friday sales. They are already making money today off of Black Friday. And so if you are not thinking about Black Friday, you are missing the boat and you need to. So we did a 5-day challenge. It ends tomorrow. The 5-day challenge was free. And we talked about pain points, but we kind of like really niched down on these pain points because this time of the year creates some different types of pain points. And one is environmental. So your environmental pain point may also shift how you market in certain times of the year. What is happening in the environment? We have the election. There's a lot of anxiety from that, right? You may know that your clients are of a certain economic area or they live in a certain space, and this election is going to be pivotal to them, right? Especially if you have a local brick and mortar and that area could be affected. We have COVID, right? So everybody is dealing with COVID. We have the change in the seasons, right? Which depending on where you are is a different type of pain point, but depending on where you are is also an environmental pain point, right? So if it's cold like 10 months out of the year, that's your environment, right? Or if it's always like if you're dealing with the fires, on the West Coast, those are those environmental pain points. So we can start to really talk about how does what we do service those environmental pain points. We can become very specific and strategic in how we speak to our ideal clients, right? And then seasonal pain points would be the fall, it would be the holiday season. It could be holidays. Um, it could be the lack of what happens during the holidays. Holidays is always festive and a happy time. That's how it's portrayed. But a lot of us know that For some people, that's not what it is. It's where you get to live out your losses a little bit louder, right? It's where people tend to regress and they kind of get lost in the shadows because everybody else is partying and whooping it up. So you can also speak to those seasonal pain points of how you may put together and I'm giving y'all some stuff here. Y'all should be paying me for this. What you could put together a happy hour, happy holiday um, 5-day challenge where for 30 minutes, that's it. You put on some great music and you do a class with that great music and you get people out of their funk. You pull them in. You know, you could do something so simple like that where it costs you nothing, but what it does is it shines a light and it pulls your ideal clients towards you because you're fulfilling a need or deficit that they have and you're speaking directly to that pain point. Or it could be don't let the cold weather, keep you indoors. I had a happy hour. I had a happy hour meetup, which is a happy hour meetup with my business clients. I just said, I'm just going to do a happy hour meetup on Zoom. Everybody bring your wine. That's what we did. We sat, we sipped, and, we talked business. We had some collaborations that came together out of it. Some people had some ideas and they wanted to just throw them out there. So simple things like that can kind of relieve those pain points of what do I do now, or I feel stuck, right? So think about adding some environmental and seasonal pain points into your strategy when you communicate and talk to your ideal clients via social media and your marketing. So again, you have to tie in these three things. Who do you serve, right? And then how do you serve them and what benefits do you deliver? So who do you serve? Let's talk about their pain points. What are their issues? What's going to make their lives easier? What's going to make their lives better, right? One sentence. How do you serve them? Take the period off that sentence, put a comma on it, and tell us how you serve them with the benefits sprinkled into it. That's your one sentence of how you tell people what you do. Because I'll tell you, if I ask you, what do you do? And you give me a whole novel, whole dissertation, I'm uninterested. I have blanked out. I am trying to figure out how I can step away. I am over this conversation. Like, people have short attention spans. And it's not that we don't want to know, it's just that people have short attention spans. So, who do you serve? Comma, how do you serve them with the benefit of what they get sprinkled in? Period. That's how we talk about it. So, let's deal with the formula of how to wrap this up with your product and service, right? So we got our pain points over here. Your environmental or actual, it's supposed to be seasonal. I did the wrong thing, but it could be situational too. Pain point, right? Whatever those pain points are, because there's like 5, so I only pulled out the 2. And then on the other side, we've got your product, your service, your studio, your online course, your online studio, your masterclass, whatever it is that you have here. This is your product, right? This is what you're selling in the streets. You should be able to dissolve these pain points over here with that product and service. So your conversation has to be, how does my product, how does my course dissolve these pain points over here with an amazing, because that's my favorite word in the streets, right? An amazing price point that they can't resist, right? So I did a $27 workshop. It's available on my course. $27 workshop where we talked about how to create a lead magnet, because none of my private clients, except for maybe 2, had a lead magnet and they were using it incorrectly. So I did a $27 course on how to create a lead magnet, where you should place the lead magnet to get the optimal reach for your ideal clients to see you and connect, and how to price it. So let me tell you what I did, because it's free, right? So this is my product, right? The pain point is that you want more clients. You want more clients, but you don't know how to connect with more clients. And people are using social media to reach clients, but they're stopping at social media. So they're using like Instagram and Facebook as like their website, right? Their main way of communication. And they're not getting people to push through the wall of social media to land inside of their business on their email list. So for me, I needed to figure out a way to be able to get clients, more clients on their email list. Because you don't have a business if you don't have an email list. Now, I know I might be hurting some people's feelings right now, and I'm sorry, that's what I do because I'm a problem slayer, and that's a problem. So I just slayed that problem for you. But you need an email list, and you need a real email list. If your number one way of communicating with clients is through social media, you do not have a business, because social media can snatch your whole entire life down. They will shut it down, or they may just go down. Like, there was like almost a year ago where the internet the Instagram just went down. Couldn't do nothing. Couldn't do nothing on Facebook. Couldn't do nothing, right? But if you had an email list, you could. So what I decided was I created a solution to the problem my clients were having, right? I don't have clients. I don't know how to build my email list, right? So that I can sell directly to people that are interested in what I have to offer, right? So the product is how to create a lead magnet, right? And I'm going to show you where to place this lead magnet so that you can attract your ideal clients. When your ideal clients come in, they will give you their email list. You'll have their email on your list. They will have that freebie that you're giving, right? So you're getting what you need. As a product or service that I'm delivering, my product is I'm going to give you a way to get more leads, which is going to dissolve this pain point of I can't build my list. And I wrapped it in a really great package. It was really yummy at only $27, right? And you throw $27 away, like scrolling on Facebook and buying like some little ad that comes. I spent more than $27 on these little dip nails that I got a couple weeks ago. So it's nothing to you, right? To be able to learn how to build something for your business that you can do over and over again. I taught you how to fish for $27, and you don't ever have to come back to me to do that again. You can replicate that over and over because you know it, or you can outsource it because you know it, right? So that is the formula of how you want to sell to your clients. Whatever their problems are, their pain points, you've got to figure out, how does my product and service dissolve, solve, eliminate, lessen these pain points, and then wrap that bad boy up in a really, really great package that's so irresistible that they can't resist. So now here comes the part. On this exercise in my course, everyone is to type out 3 pain points and the solutions to them. On your exercise now, and I'm going to keep moving, but I'll come back. I want you to type in 1 pain point. You can snatch back the pain point that you posted earlier if that's the one you're sticking with, right? Or you can tweak it a little bit more now that we've gone through it a little bit more, right? And then add your solution. Now remember, it's the pain point, who you serve, it's who you serve, plus how you serve them with the benefit. That's your sentence, period. When someone stops you in the street, this is what you will say in the world as a problem slayer. So remember, who you serve, how you serve them, and sprinkle in some benefits. Because that's all people care about in the world. Okay? So there are a couple of ways that you can connect. I'll come back to those. There are a couple of ways that you can connect with your ideal client, and so that they can find you, so that they can see you light up, right? So this is always a big argument, social media versus search engines. I'm gonna tell you right now, I was working so hard in social media, and we all know it can be exhausting. However, I have learned that when I focus more on search engines and then repurpose onto social media, it makes my life easier and my clients are able to find me. The psychology behind that is that when people want to know about something, they go to to the search engines to find out, right? Social media is basically where people come to congregate, kiki, laugh, and then they may bump into you every now and then, but they don't literally go on there for the most part to key. There was a study that was done, and actually, the COVID season actually solidified this. People said that they went to Google to find out where they wanted. It is always going to be king. Why? Because it's a search engine. And so everything filters through Google. And so once I started to shift my energies onto search engines, it helped me to show up better, more strategically on social media when I repurposed the content, but it also gave me a presence on these Google streets. So I want to take a second, and then after I play this, I want to, so this is Anna. Anna is one of my clients, and she actually, I can't really show it. It's very small for me, so hopefully it's not for you. But 3 weeks into the session for my perfect Pinterest blueprint, she had 14,000 monthly views. So what that means on Pinterest is that her products, the things that she saved inside of her business Pinterest account, showed up amongst 14,000 people. And the way Pinterest works, you got to type in your stuff at the top, and then whatever you're looking for floats up, but then it also floats up again every time you log in, and they also email it to you as well. And so 14,000 monthly views in less than 3 weeks. That is the magic of how search engines work. And Google is number one. We all know that. But Google also owns YouTube. And because we're fitness professionals, we have a lot of content for YouTube. So, and we also have a lot of content for Pinterest, which is the third largest search engine. And so what Google does is it owns YouTube. So it just puts YouTube right there on its main page. But because Pinterest is like its girlfriend, what Google does is it reaches into Pinterest and it snatches up all the content and places that on Google as well. Because search engines like search engines, so they go together, right? And so you can't go wrong if you're wanting to increase your visibility for those potential ideal clients to think more strategically about search engines and how you can show up louder in those places versus social media, especially if you feel like you've hit a wall or your engagement is low or you only have fans, meaning you only have people that are really like celebrating you but not buying from you, right? Your PayPal is not blinging. And the reason why search engines work is because of the SEO factor. The SEO factor, using search engine optimization, using those words that help you stand out in these internet streets, using the words that your clients are typing in, but even the clients that don't know that they're your clients yet. And then those items will help your business blueprint to explode, to gain more traction. Because it doesn't matter if you only have one way to get to your URL or multiple ways to get to your URL. You just need the traffic to the URL. And then the search engines will definitely highlight it a little bit more. So Jenna, I'm going to take a break before I give this assignment. This is the assignment for you all after we leave here. And I want to know, what are some of the answers that you've gotten?
Yeah. I'm just reading through the chat and seeing that a couple of lead magnets that people are doing. One is a free guest pass for most loyal clients to give out strategically to people who will be more likely to show up. Yep. And then Francine says, I serve people who are consistently committed to their health and well-being by providing a variety of in-studio and virtual Pilates and barre classes every day of the week, allowing them to rest in ease that they'll be able to have access to high-quality classes that will help them meet their goals.
I'm looking for the benefit that is going to make someone's mouth drop.
Yeah.
You know, like there were some benefits in there, but the benefit that's going to like make somebody's mouth drop is the thing that you want, because those are the things that makes us stop. You know, like we like Pepto-Bismol because we know exactly what the benefit is of it, right?
Really?
And it's very short and concise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been rolling with one as of late that I'll put out there, which is I help humans, primarily women, but I help human beings align their health and wellness practices with their ever-changing bodies. So I'm looking for the person
I like
who
that.
kind of in
Stuck
that.
with 1978 and realizing it's 2020 and they got to figure it out for themselves because their bodies have changed.
Yeah. It's hard. I mean, that one came out of like, that one was a labor of love, and I still think I have to roll with it a little bit more. You know?
Yeah. And that's the thing, though. I'm glad you said that. It's not going to be perfect. Like I said in the beginning, this thing about business is evolving and changing and growing as you learn and you grow.
Yeah.
So this assignment thanks, Jen, I appreciate it.
There are a couple more. Do you want me to send them in? They just started coming in rapid.
Okay.
So from Brenda, it says, women who have young families and want time to themselves, the benefit is the sanctuary of time away from your stressors and an investment in your body that you will feel a return on the daily basis.
Maybe the benefit is to get away from your kids and focus on yourself.
Yeah.
Like, find a way to make it shorter, Brenda.
Mary says, I tune out of tune bodies with sound healing to provide balance, peace, and comfort.
Say that one more time.
I tune, and I know Mary, so she's talking biofield tuning. I tune out of tune bodies with sound healing to provide balance, peace, and comfort.
So if I didn't know what that meant in tuning, I may need you, but not know I need you. So maybe, and this next assignment is going to help with that, to figure out other ways to say the things that we like to say.
Got it. I got one more here.
Okay.
I teach people how to dramatically improve their cash flow without being forced to take on second or third jobs. My clients, and that was Howard.
I'm good, Howard. That was it.
That's it. That's enough.
Okay. Thanks. So remember that your how you're structuring who you serve and how you serve has to resonate with the ideal client. We sometimes get so techie about what we do because we know like the techie things and the big words to say, but just like shooting it to people like a fifth grader works well. You can get techie with them after you get their attention and they click the button to learn more. But the initial grab has to be something that resonates with the masses. So this is homework for you all to figure out how to get those words. How do we like learn how to speak in a bigger, broader way and have like some words in our arsenal that we can kick out when needed, based on the event or product that we're marketing. So your SEO starter list. We're talking about SEO words, and I'm not going to get into a detail with it. This is going to be like a grab and go. But I do want to let you know that you have to have at least 50 SEO starter words for your business, for what you do, for how you serve, and the benefits. You have to have at least 50. So let me know if you already have 50, because if you already have 50, then we can skip over this, right? If you're using the same hashtags over and over, if you're using the same scripts over and over without tweaking or adding a couple of different SEO words, then your searches are linear and you want to broaden your searches a little bit more, tailored to the direction, the focus of the product and service that you're offering. So My mouse is not cooperating today. Here we go. So here are a couple of things that you can add to your list to grow your SEO. So Google Analytics, if you type in Google, it's a great way for you to expand that list. Keywords Anywhere is a plugin that you can add onto your laptop. So when you search anything in the world over to the right, it will show you like those top keywords, right? And then Pinterest is also another great way for you to grow and expand your list. Because remember, it's a search engine. So when you start to type in the word what you do, you're going to have some suggested top searches that are going to pop up. Only the top searches for what you're searching for will pop up. Now, this is the key. If you have just a short list, it means that the word that you're using is very restricted. You want something that's restricted, right? But also you want to layer them with some broader terms. So really start to play around with the words inside of the keywords that you get. Start to use those words and add and grow and build onto that. All right. And that is all I got in these internet streets for you. Are there any questions?
Here we go. So I have a couple more of the statements to just share with you. Allie says, I provide movement tools to decrease pain and increase self-empowerment to support them in living their best life possible.
Love it.
Sarah has a strategy for her virtual clients this month, which is BYB October special. Reduced class rate for current client and first class free for their buddy. Strategy for stress coaching clients. She works with in stress coaching. Bonus material for new clients for signing up with me on our exploration call. And then a couple comments surrounding not having 50 keywords. A lot of us have Pilates and like the big ones that don't help people find us in particular in those searches. So.
But the sentence that you put together, the adjectives that you used in this sentence that we just put together, start to type those words in and grow. See what else comes out. What other synonyms comes out? That another way to say those things that people are using, because again, we get so caught up in like the techie terms because we're just like, we're yummy people, we're experienced, we're knowledgeable, we want everyone to know. However, a layman's person in these streets, honey, they're not going to know all that. And so you have to speak their speak.
Yes.
Right? And there's a way for you to actually learn exactly what they're typing in. I say that for my clients, but there is a site that you can go to where you can definitely key in what everyone across the World Wide Web is typing in conjunction with this particular thing. So if it's pain management or back pain or foot surgery or whatever, then you can find out exactly what your clients are typing in.
Yeah.
So start to use all of the words that you put into this sentence, right? That talks about who you serve, how you serve, and those benefits, and plug those in individually and start to grow your list. My list is here on my phone. So sometimes I'll be like, God, I use that so much. Let me go with some other words. I need something different.
That's a great idea. I have
Just
that for
switch it up.
Yeah, it's also a great resource. It's the same way like we're saving your social media post or your blog post so that you're not constantly reinventing the wheel, because that's exhausting.
Very much so.
Yeah. I had a client recently who was urged by an Amazon sales person, a sales representative, to add the words weight loss into her marketing or her keywords, her search. And she was against it because she was more about the functional movement and all of the things. But what's happened is that in addition to the words that full on describe what she's talking about, she gains some visibility simply by adding those words in. And it's a slippery slope, right? Because you don't want to misrepresent yourself. But it's also something where when you're aware of what your audience is looking for or what they think they need, maybe you can capture their attention and introduce them to you maybe they didn't know you existed.
Right.
Yeah. Somebody is asking, are the SEO words for hashtags? Are these SEO words for hashtags? But that's well, you speak to that.
Yeah. Well, I think I use them for both.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I do like 50 hashtags, on Instagram you can do like so many. I like to sprinkle the words inside of descriptions, titles. Um, oh, y'all need to be paying me, okay? You want to sprinkle them into your alt text. That's something that a lot of people miss, especially on Instagram, Facebook. When every picture that you post in the world needs to refer back to you, so that when Google snatches that picture up, it refers back to you, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you want to use these words behind on the back end so that all of the content that you have, whether it's a newsletter, whether it's a blog, whether it's a Pinterest post, a LinkedIn post, you want to sprinkle certain words in. So if you sprinkle the words inside of certain places, you don't want to double them on the hashtags, okay? That's a bonus. You've already used it in the description. You already used it. So if you've said Pilates in your description or your title, you only have like so many characters that you're allowed in most platforms, and then you can do some hashtags. That's where I would do the weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
You're not misrepresenting yourself in the description or the title, because that's like out in your face. But if this word weight loss is like you're battling with, let's make it a hashtag so that someone who is looking for weight loss, it still pulls up. And
Mm-hmm.
now they can learn a little bit more about you, but you don't want to double you don't want to waste words by doubling hashtags and the words that you use that are embedded in your titles and your descriptions
Mm-hmm.
and
Wonderful.
your alt text.
Yes. Thank you so much, Paula Marie. This has been, I mean, so valuable. And what are the trainings that you have coming up?
Oh, wow. I'm glad you asked. Let's go. How can we connect?
How can we connect? Let's do it. Here,
Well, I
let me
have
get.
some challenges. I do have some free 5-day challenges. That's a way for people to kind of check me out, and get a vibe for how I teach and how I train. I have online courses available, and I also have private coaching where I meet one-on-one. The one-on-one sessions, we usually branch out for 6 weeks or 12 weeks.
Mm.
Anything less than that, we can't really make a dent in it. And you can find me on onlyonepaulamarie.com. My signature course is the Perfect Pinterest Blueprint, where we really dive deep into SEO. We dive deep into how to create content and how to repurpose content. So it's so much broader than Pinterest, because I'm teaching you strategies that you can use in all social media platforms, and we dive deep into it. And then in next week, next Thursday, we start a 4-week course on getting Black Friday specials together, because everybody thinks their Black Friday specials are hot until no one buys them, and then you're sad. So let's get them together. And there's an upgrade where you can also get email automations, um, and your graphics included with this course. Because last year, Honey Bunches of Oats, there was $7.4 billion spent during Black Friday. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm trying to get some of that coin over here. So,
And I have to say that in discovering you in my world, the talk behind the scenes is that Paula Marie is successful. Paula Marie's businesses make money. Paula Marie knows how to do this. And so that was truly, I mean, beyond your amazing personality and all that you do, I know that you have so much value to offer into this community. So please take advantage of all of these courses, working with her, seek her out. You've got a ton of love happening in the chat, appreciating your time and knowledge and energy. Such great info. Thank you so much, everyone says. So I want to just thank you for being here. I'm glad to know you.
well, thank you. Thank you so much. And anyone, I'm going to be hopping in. I have a 30-minute consultation that I give to everybody. So if you're interested in just, chopping it up a little bit and seeing like where we can go, how you can end 2020 on the best light, then hop in. I'll be in the network. Like let's get our 5-minute date on. Let's do
Fantastic. You
it.
know it. You know it. Thank you so much.